Hello, everyone. I'm Pamela Topper. Some of you already know me, but for those of you who don't, I've been with Nexternal for about 3.5 years, and before that I was in the wine business for almost 20 years, so I know firsthand what an incredibly busy time this is for you. Harvest is just wound down, tasting room traffic has been heavy, club and fall release shipments have been going out. For most wineries, it has been really hard to focus on holiday marketing strategy, especially if you've got a small staff. But we all know that the holiday season is almost always the season during which wineries see their highest revenues. Both orders and average order sizes tend to be much bigger during the holiday season. We've got a lot of good promotional days coming up, one right after the other: Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas, and New Year's. It would be a bummer if you missed the opportunity to maximize revenue at this time of year. That's why, at the last minute myself actually, I decided to do this webinar. I thought I'd share a few tips and ideas to make it easy for you to execute some holiday marketing designed to increase your online sales this holiday season, even if you didn't plan for it until now. So first, I'll give you some tips on formulating and presenting your holiday promotions. Then I'll talk about some specific promo ideas that are easy and quick to set up in Nexternal. I'll be moving quickly, so please enter any questions you have into the chat window, and while my goal today is to keep this short, I'll answer as many as I can at the end of the presentation. For logistical reasons, I ask that you please only enter questions in the chat window and refrain from commentary, although I'll be happy to take your comments via email, and we'll post my email at the end of the webinar for you. So let's jump right in. First, I recommend that you create a holiday gifts category in your online store and fill it with a few gift options such as 2-bottle sets, 3-packs, 4-packs, 6-packs, case options, whatever. Sure, you could simply run a promo for the holidays which gives shoppers a discount on any purchase in your store. And you may want to do that for Black Friday or Cyber Monday, for example. But for general holiday shopping, that makes your customers do too much work. They have to root around your product catalog, think about what items go together, decide what they want, do the math to see if their selection falls within their spending intentions, etc. And many folks just don't have the time or the patience for that. So instead, there's still time to create some packages that your customers will love and will make their selection and shopping experience easy and quick. Creating a category in Nexternal takes about 2 seconds and produces several positive effects. First, it actively suggests holiday shopping to your customers. Good idea, right? Second, it gives people great ideas that they might not have come up with on their own and makes it super easy for them to make a selection and check out quickly without having to do too much thinking. Third, it allows you to easily promote gift packs that may not be on sale. Not all of you may offer discounts to your customers, and you don't have to. Factors other than discounts can make gifts desirable, such as limited quantities, limited availability, and special packaging. Finally, creating a holiday gifts category does make you appear to be on top of your game, like you're prepared and thinking ahead for the holidays, whether you really thought ahead or not. So what holiday gifts should you promote? Well, for each winery, that answer is going to depend upon a whole host of factors, including your inventories, whether you have library selections available, whether you make large formats, what your margins are on each product, whether you have access to non-wine items for pairing with wines, to special packaging, etc. But if your goal is to maximize revenue this season, then the most important factor in creating your holiday promotions for any winery is what will the customers want to buy. Always look at things from a customer-centric point of view first if you want a lot of sales. Next, consider how many options to offer. You want to offer choices, but not too many choices. People like variety, they want to spend different amounts on different gift recipients, and of course they have different tastes. But remember that too much choice can create indecision and paralysis and could actually lower your conversion rates and revenues. With a small to medium-sized portfolio, I'd think that, 4 to 6 options should be plenty. I probably wouldn't go over 10, maybe positioning it as top 10 in your marketing if you go that high, to prepare folks for that number of options. If you have a larger portfolio, you may need more gift options, but if you do offer more, remember to help your customers shop by putting those options in subcategories like gifts under 50, gifts under 100, etc., or red wine gifts, mixed wine gifts, sparkling wine gifts, with probably no more than 3 to 5 options in each subcategory. Another consideration when putting together your promos is to pay close attention to traditional gifting price points, which might be very different than the average order amounts that you typically see throughout the year. Think in increments of 25s and 50s because that's how your customers are thinking. Whether it's 25 and 50 or 150 and 200, whatever it is, think in those terms. Also, as an aside, while keeping those price targets in mind, think about how you can get people to spend just a little bit more on each order. Someone who wants to spend $50 on a gift might also be willing to spend 55 or even 65, and packages are a great way to get them to do that. I know I personally have bumped up 10 or 15 bucks on my gift spending, in about that price range when something is slightly higher than I wanted to spend, but I think it's a great gift. Another recommendation I often make is to consider offering gift packages rather than discounting individual wines. While there's always exceptions to this, when you put an individual wine on sale, you do risk sending a message that this wine isn't selling well or that you've got too much of it, whether that's true or not. So, not only wouldn't you want to send that message for obvious reasons, but also it's a message that's actually least likely to move the wine unless the discount is truly tremendous, which, is another thing you don't really want to do. Because generally speaking, people want what other people want. They don't want what other people don't want. And if they think other people don't want it, they won't buy it. So if you really do have a problem child that you need to try to move, and trust me, the vast majority of us has been there at one time or another, consider bundling the product in a package instead. For example, put 2 bottles of that wine in a 6-pack with some popular wines, or consider selling a vertical or vintage assortment of that wine, weighted again with the extra bottles of the problem wine. That way, you can allocate the discounts on your books however you want to, but your customers don't see that discount allocation. They just see a package price that they like for an appealing variety of wines. Anyway, because I'm speaking so much of discounting here, I just want to reiterate again that different brands have different goals and strategies. Promotions do not need to include discounts. Obviously, discounts are very popular this time of year, and if you can, maybe this is your one time of year. But if you do not discount, your promotions don't need to include discounts if that's not consistent with your branding. Regardless, you really don't want to miss this opportunity to promote what you do have and increase holiday revenue. For example, if you can pull some wines out of your library to make them available only this time of year, kind of like Disney does with their movies. They make them available only for limited times and then put them back in the vault. Or offer limited availability large formats for holiday entertaining. Or packaging is another way to create desirability. If you have access to special packaging, selling a beautifully packaged 2 or 3-pack at full price would be a great example of a non-discounted but very attractive holiday gift. So now let's look at some promo ideas. We'll go to my online store. See if I can get there from here. Okay. I've made my holiday gifts category. I've called attention to it with a festive image, and I'm going to click on that. Now on this page I list my promos, and a couple things I want to point out before I jump into those is I've prominently displayed where I ship. I've prominently put my shipping deadlines here, or you will where I told you to over here at shipping deadlines. Last day to order ground for Christmas, last day to order today for Christmas, etc. And make sure your customers really know. You can also put that stuff at the top of your holiday gifts category. I also suggest that you include it in your shipping policy. So there's lots of ways to make it very easy for your customers to find the information that they need. So anyway, earlier I talked about why I think gift packages are a great idea. They're festive, they make it easy to shop, they increase orders and average order sizes, they hide problem wines, they make upselling easy, and they allow for full price gifts. Gift sets of various types, which I'll show you in a moment, are actually very simple to set up in Nexternal. And for those of you who maintain inventory in Nexternal, it's also important to note that Nexternal does support kitting or bundling so that the software knows to properly decrement the correct number of each item in the gift set when a gift set is purchased. And it also will know to mark a gift set as sold out if you run out of one of the components. So if you're using inventory, that's good to know and understand. So let's look at my examples here. First, I've set up a red wine sampler pack, also known as Ho Ho Hot. I've bundled 3 wines together, offering a 10% discount on a 3-pack, a 15% discount if they buy 2 3-packs, and a 20% discount if they buy a case. This narrows down the wine selection for the customer, making it easier for them to shop, but also upsells by giving them a choice to purchase multiples at higher discounts. You can follow this simple strategy with 2, 3, 4, 6-packs, cases, whatever you want. Now I want to point out also, because providing a promotion is good, but also your messaging around it and telling people and motivating them to buy more is really important as well. So I want to point out that there are several ways to tell folks about the volume pricing. First, you can use these quantity discount link if you have it priced for quantity discounts. You can use the buttons themselves and add extra buttons. You can use the short description, and if I clicked through to the detail page, you'll also have the long description on that page. So next to this, I have created what is really a Zinfandel and Syrah 6-pack, which I could have just marketed as a straight 6-pack with a discount, which would have been fine, or 6 for the price of 4, which also would have been fine. But I've set it up differently here to demonstrate some specific functionality to you so you know it's available. Here I've presented it as buy 4 Zin and you'll get 2 Syrahs for half price. So I've called it the Zinfandel. I've told people what the promo is, and notice that I've put a minimum of 4 on the bottle count on the Zin. So if I tried to order fewer, it wouldn't let me check out until I order at least 4. And when I order 4, I'm going to click Add to Cart here. Watch the 2 half-price Syrahs also fly to the cart with the Zin. That's pretty cool. So for my third example here, I'm demonstrating a method to discount without compromising your everyday pricing. Here I've included something extra with a full-priced case. Some of you may have items in your tasting room that easily fit in a wine shipper, like totes or calendars, linens, coasters. These would all be excellent choices because they don't weigh much and they easily fit in the shipper, so you don't have to worry about a second box. For cases, obviously, it has to slide in the top of the shipper. Same thing with a 6-pack. But if you sell a 4-pack, for example, you can include anything that fits in one or both of the extra wells of a 6-pack shipper with the 4 bottles of wine. So in this case, when I add to cart, again, like the last one, you can see that both the case and the tote have flown to the cart. As a side note, I've priced the tote at 1 cent. You can add 5 cents or whatever to comply with the no freebies restrictions for alcohol sales. You guys probably know that it's illegal to offer free goods to incentivize someone to purchase alcohol. So you can say, for instance, that the tote is included, but you can't say you get it for free, et cetera, et cetera. Silly, but it's the way it is. So the next promo that I've set up is a vertical, and you can see that this one is not discounted at all. Instead, I've made it limited availability in 2 ways. I've said it's only available through December, and there's a limit of 2 per person. So if I actually tried to add 3 here, it actually won't let me. The system will give me a warning, and you'll see that it adjusted it down to 2. The next 2 promos that I've got going here are both shipping promos. People love shipping discounts, and frankly, studies show that they favor them in most cases over product discounts. Of course, you could do both product discount and shipping, which is what I've done here, or you could do just a shipping discount. So in this mixed case, I've said that ground shipping is included. When I add it to cart and determine my shipping, let's ship to San Diego. You'll be able to see that there will be free shipping on the case available, and also if you want to offer people faster delivery methods, if they want to pay for them, you can go ahead and do that too. On a side note here, you can also see here that I've turned on expected delivery and also a preferred delivery date selector if folks want to order early but not have it delivered until closer to Christmas. This, if turned on in your system, will notify you when to ship the package so that it gets to the church on time, they say. Okay, next, close that up, go back down to my shipping discounts. In addition to shipping included, I've given a flat rate shipping example here. This 6-pack is offered at a discount plus a flat rate of $7 per 6-pack for ground shipping. Again, if I were to add it to the cart, you'd see $7 per 6-pack added for shipping. And if you want, you can also add options for faster shipping at regular prices. One thing that I've made clear here in both of my examples is that this is ground shipping included. If that is a limitation that you've got on there, you've got to make that clear. If you're excluding Alaska and Hawaii, you want to make that clear. However you do your shipping promos, just make sure that it's clear to the customer what the promo is. So last but certainly not least, I've included e-gift certificates and clubs as gifts. These are important throughout the season, obviously, for various reasons, throughout the year actually, but they take on a special significance for wineries whose affordable shipping options often end a week or two, before each holiday. Another great idea to generate sales during that period where ground shipping won't get it there in time, you might want to consider complimentary shipping upgrades. So you could have the customer pay for ground shipping, but with messaging tell them that you will ship it either 3-day or 2-day as time permits. So I'm going to go back to my slides for some last minute tips. When should you start your promotions? The time to start is right now. Amazon and other retailers started on November 1st. We're already noticing significant increased activity through our system. And in fact, I was told this morning that what we're seeing for November are record sales for early November. So at this point, it's important to get started ASAP. Also remember that there's more to this season than Christmas and New Year's. There's Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday as well. And think about, for example, maybe a promo next week for thanks for being a customer to get wine delivered by Thanksgiving. For Black Friday, which is more of an in-store shopping day, you may want to promote your tasting room if you have one, or do a shipping promo that brings the tasting room to your customers, who are out shopping elsewhere that day. On Cyber Monday, a today-only sale might be effective, perhaps with your lowest prices of the season to compete with all the other Cyber Monday deals out there, which are typically pretty heavily discounted. It probably goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. Spruce up your store if you can. Make it look festive to get people in a spending mode. I know that you're not all Photoshop experts, but to the degree that you can put a bow on a bottle or go find a free stock image somewhere and upload it at the category header like I did in my little demo store there, that's better than nothing. So I've gone over this before, but I cannot emphasize it enough. Clearly and visibly state your shipping deadlines. Consider turning on the preferred shipping date selector, as well as estimated delivery dates. Also, you should also consider turning on our multiple locations functionality if you don't have it on already, so that folks can ship to multiple destinations in a single order. These details, they take the uncertainty and stress out of shopping and therefore increase your sales. I had a client a couple years ago turn these things on and actually just send out an email, not promoting any specials or discounts or anything. The email just told people about these functionalities and said, it's going to be easier to shop on our site than anywhere else. Come shop here. And it was very successful. So I can't stress enough the value of these kinds of functions. When putting your messaging together, it's often a good idea to remind people of reasons to buy. There are so many reasons that we sort of take for granted, but it's not a bad idea to list them for people. Holiday parties, holiday dinners, hostess gifts, stocking stuffers, thank yous for neighbors, friends, teachers, mail carriers, manicurists, hairdressers, and any other tutors, any other service providers. Listing these things might very well get somebody to buy a gift they might not otherwise have thought of. So it's always a good idea to put ideas in people's heads. Next, Take full advantage of the volume shipping you'll be doing this season. Don't forget to include bounce back offers in the packages to get a second bite at that apple after the holidays. Maybe you include a coupon off a purchase in January to stock back up on the wines they enjoyed for the holidays. For those of you using MailChimp automated workflows, you may also want to set up some automated follow-up emails to holiday purchases. These are all very effective ways to get that second bite from the apple. And finally, be diligent about timely removal of gift packs and holiday decorations from your site once the holidays are over. Absolutely no one wants to look at another Christmas tree on January 15th, and you really do always want to look like you're paying attention to your business. So that's the end of my presentation. I hope you found it helpful and encouraging. If you need help setting up the holiday shipping features, or if you need help adding shipping deadlines to your cart footer or your category headers, or setting up your promos and site messaging, give your Nexternal account manager a shout. You can find their info at the top of the settings section in your OMS if most of you know who your account manager is, but for those of you who don't, you can find the info there. If you've got comments or questions for me, my contact information is on the screen now. And for those of you who have questions, I'm happy to stick around for some. Let me see if I can get into the questions here. How do I set up free shipping on a case or more? Well, this can be done with a coupon or with a separate shipping table, or if it's an individual product, you can override shipping on the product level. I suggest that you contact your account manager for the best way to handle this in your store in consideration of your overall promo strategy, because some options might be better for you given the other things you want to accomplish during the season. I want to use dynamic cart messaging feature with the countdown, but not all my products will be included in the promo. This is actually a great question. I didn't mention the cart addendum, but we do offer a feature where when somebody adds something to the cart, a message can pop up in the cart saying, wait, add just 6 more bottles and get your case discount or whatever. You can actually specify which products get included or excluded from that countdown in the cart addendum eligible, using the cart addendum eligible checkbox on each product. So you can call your account manager again for help setting that up. Actually, the questions that I'm seeing here are really on how to set up specific promos. And I'm going to give a general answer to that and say, really, I recommend that you contact your account manager after the webinar. We don't charge extra for our customer service or training, so you can feel free to call us whenever you need anything. And we're always happy to hear from you. Things are set up differently in different people's stores, so it's a good idea to get some individualized attention for that. Okay, I'm going to cut it off here because I know everybody's busy. Everyone have a great day, and thank you for attending.